that he may be a little bit of a sleeper threat, so we're gonna have to watch out for that.
Respect. We'll see how this pulls out. We got a Cheeseland first pick, so this is gonna be, lap one's gonna be pretty busy back at that first set. Let's see.
I have to pull up the stream here in just a second. Like we need to flip.
All right, and so this was an Italy pick, yeah?
Well, I'm not entirely certain. It would probably be dependent on who's going to host. So we're going to have to kind of make a little bit of guesswork because we are obviously away from the track selection in the middle of this. Anyway, we're going to be following Dugo and Diego today. So a little bit of a close...
we're going to figure out the names.
You mentioned, so we're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah, and it appears that everyone, most people electing to go forward, everyone bagging at that second set there with the luscious double box. But, we got a top four that's pretty broken away up there, so it seems that a couple...
You're going to see this pretty frequently also on a track like Cheeseland. You're going to see the two people in the back on each team trying to fight for it. You may see one thing that's pretty common here that's not a feature of every track is very frequent double shock scenarios. Obviously, that's going to happen when... that's going to happen when two shocks are in play at once, which is something that's going to very much distinguish this game from the MKWC that we've been watching earlier today. And you're going to have to watch out because you can dodge with one. And that's a strategy that you don't see on a ton of tracks because usually you're going to want to be more focused up front, but on a track with so much catch-up potential,
Right. And how much coordination do you think that takes? Do you think it's kind of a lucky draw if you end up dodging with the shock and get, a second one?
Usually there is a little bit of... Usually there is a little bit of luck involved in that whole maneuver, but a lot, so we're seeing here that
it appears Dugo is banking on a shock coming out. He's got the star in his pocket, but he's going to be using that after that.
And that may have been a recovery use as well. So
it is lap 3. We're going to see if a lightning bolt ends up coming out here. A blue shell going to come out as well. We'll see what happens to first place. Dugo able to clinch onto that glider. He's probably going to not want to bank on a shock happening now. He's only got 2 shrooms here. Able to sneak up through that shortcut, that double shortcut, so powerful at the end of lap 3. And a 4th place, Dugo will take that. We see
Nicola up here.
Yeah.
I think a teammate of his in 5th as well. So
absolutely. And,
all right.
Ooh, that's a dominant race.
Was a really good start as well.
Blaze was just running that one.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird Cheeseland race. Yeah. Usually you expect shock to dictate it a little bit. But
no shock.
As we know with 8D, it's not always a guarantee. Now, the thing about Cheeseland races is just you don't bag because the shock's like a guaranteed hit that somebody's going to get. So that's kind of like your difference from MKWC. But you bag because it gives you the opportunity to obtain it while being in a position where you can still catch up and make an impact at the end. And that's why you didn't really see any Team Italy members in the bottom 3 there because they played the ending well. Probably were worried about potential enemy shock there and were holding on to dodges, but...
True, it looks like that was
get burned by
approach. And, we got another one, baby. Let's
go.
go.
So, again, if there is one other track where you may be expecting to see the potential double shock scenario, it's this one. So maybe maybe we're in the scenario where we didn't see any shocks on Cheeseland and want to refund the viewers a little bit for the potential bagging aspect of the MK8D game.
Yeah, and after such a blowout race by Italy race 1, I'm going to anticipate Colombia kind of selling for this lightning bolt here, because they're already down. What was our first race score? We're probably a 20-point deficit now, 25.
It may be, I would say it's probably around that. We'll see in just a minute when we get the score up here.
Absolutely.
But anyways,
are you seeing the stream on your?
I'm not. So I'm kind of I'm taking a look at the other stream. There we are. So, again, this track, pretty similar in function to Cheeseland. You can expect to see a lot of the same things. The blue's out early. Not really going to tell us too much about who's in first right now, because generally it's just widely considered that you're going to want to throw blues regardless when you're in the back, because your reliability holding it here.
Yeah. And Dugo with another star in a mid spot, if his team can end up getting the... Uh-oh.
Yeah, if they get... What you're going to want to do all the time is just be carrying something already, because when you have something already in a particularly high spot like 6th, you're gonna have to worry, or you don't want to get the shock and then have to worry about pulling something, because timing is just everything. There's not like a very high window, and in a game where there can be multiple shocks at once. You want to be ready for the opportunity. You can't just sit with it. So
we see a DK Waluigi battle back there. Both got bullets, so it doesn't really seem to be too
star in the 3rd or 4th place. Like, that's just all the power to you. That's like that's the skill of getting to pull off one of these dodges. So Star's now out. You have to wonder if it's going to be coming out soon. We see a little bit of some DKs coming up, and a lot of people in dodges right now. Dugo still opting to hold the star, but there it goes, and there's the dodge.
And that was absolutely calculated, and it looks like we've got a lot of dodgers coming up here. Dugo.
Yeah, at this point, when you have somebody who's just dodging this far up, you can almost lock in the win.
Dugo's absolutely selling for this first, and it looks like I think Blaze is the Donkey Kong, yeah, because he also dodged, and he's looking to come up on this back.
So we're gonna have to. The Roy in second has a star as well. I don't know the exact player it is yet. I imagine it is probably Team Italy. No, I think it's Babu actually. There we see it.
Ooh, and Dugo just representing for Italy right now. That is a clean first for him, and it's looking like to be another beneficial race, because I mean we saw a lot of dodgers in that pack. So I mean
just holding that star up created such an easy use for Italy there. So
absolutely.
Again, did not have to. I mean, I'm surprised that they were able to hold it for so long, really, but
definitely. And so we'll see what the approach is. Hopefully, we can get a track that involves some front running, because Italy is looking to expand on this lead. They've already grown up here.
Yeah, this is definitely not the start that you want to see for Team Colombia. Obviously, you go into a lot of these matches with high hopes and everything, but when things go wrong early against a team that's as strong as Italy, quite frankly.
Especially because those were their track picks, I'm going to assume. Like, they picked Cheeseland and they picked Dry Desert, hopefully trying to get a turnaround out of it. And they're cycling through their options, because now they've got Mario Circuit, possibly. And I mean, they've got to get a big race that can turn things around, because some front presence here for Italy to start this one off.
All right, getting into the 3rd race, got a more traditional track that's, conducive to front running. So that may be a nice change in pace here. Can get the first place perspective coming out from Dugo, and maybe see a little bit more action in just the front and all of that.
Certainly, yeah. And I mean, when you find yourself in a pretty bad position like Colombia is right now, I mean, a lot of bottom spots and already dug themselves into a hole. What's the approach on this track? Because this track seems a bit difficult to catch up on, if I'm being honest.
It's dangerous, but it's certainly dangerous, but you're at a disadvantage playing it to begin with. But if you can get that draft, pull a trail, get the guy out first, like we saw Babu very early on, that's how it begins. And you're just it's gonna be difficult, but you're just gonna have to take advantage of the mistakes that the other team gives you and simply execute better, because it is starting in a save advantage, if you will. But now we have Babu up front and Dugo, low rupee count, and we see a little bit of an opportunity creeping up for Colombia right now.
Yeah,
gonna have to hope for their sake that nothing gets in the way, but they're handling the pack pretty well right now.
Colombia's plan really is to just probably avoid letting a group run come out for Italy, because a group run on this track you've got the narrow corridors, you've got the fruitless shortcut that is essentially a must if you're going to preserve first. Like, you've got to split up Italy, and I mean, getting Dugo out of first is already a good start.
Yeah, and Babu's still held on up there. He's chilling in first. It doesn't seem like he has too much pressure. Maybe a teammate behind him, so not too much pressure. And really, we see that Italy's track pick not really going how they expected yet.
Right, and I mean, Dugo's honestly not in a bad situation here.
Now,
he's
there are some shock spots. There are some shock spots coming up, and Dugo does pull a really convenient star. You may
Dugo
see it at the set right there if Italy has it, but it's no guarantee that they did pull it.
I'm not really hold it. I'm not really feeling like Colombia or Italy has it right now.
Well, Alejo just came out of a bill, so you may be wondering here, but they have a lot of people up here, and you just have to go into it now.
Oh, Dugo's gonna have to push up here. Gotta watch out. Ooh, a lot of people failing, and he might be able to whip out first here. Dugo!
Oh, no way, Dugo!
Expect the unexpected! He's got first!
We're gonna steal one back from the very beginning here. And big blow for Colombia, but still 2 through 5. But Babu,
Dugo,
all the way to 11th at the end.
Oh, did he get 11th?
Yes, and that was that's that hurts. That hurts if you're Colombia, because that's still a positive race, but you're kicking yourself because you had first on lockdown. I don't know if there was a little bit of pressure brought in from Blaze at the very end there, who also got hit and lost a spot, but maybe for Blaze's sake, it set up Dugo perfectly well to just sneak in there and completely make a robbery out of the first place position.
I mean, and what happened on those last few turns there? Did everyone just screw up, or was there a red shell or something?
I'm imagining some shells were up there. Maybe a little bit of trades, a trail.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm kicking myself on Colombia right now, but that was a pretty decent race, and I mean, you've got front presence now. If you can eliminate Dugo from the front, I mean, this track definitely can go either way, but it'll be interesting to see how Colombia works with these top spots here.
I wasn't fully paying attention to the track selection here, but I'm guessing this is an Italy pick. I know that they like their MKS.
Yeah, it was.
Gonna give Dugo the opportunity to front run, and this isn't a track that has super convenient coin placement. Right. So that's going to help the people in Italy that started in the back, and some of them have already shroomed up.
And I mean, I know there has been, over the past few years of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I've been pretty out of the scene. There's been a lot of strategy on this track implemented, including the shroomless shortcut, which we'll probably see here. It seems to be a mainstay in just like the general driving lines of this track now. Everyone seems to have it pretty down.
Well, watch out, Dugo. You got Babu with the trail up here again.
Babu seems to have practiced more than Dugo here. It looks like he might be fending off a couple of red shells. Dugo needs to...
Oh, that boomerang's going to be big from Diego because they were pushing him with the pressure from the reds there. Something that's very important. Oh, and the red's not even going to get Alejo either.
So we seem to...
Nicola's taking first.
Yeah, 2-4 here for Colombia. It looks like a pretty mixed bag here. Lap 3 is going to be really important.
No. Didn't see the banana on the ground.
I mean, for all we know, Dugo's going to get first somehow, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, this is a track that has a, I think the last time... Oh, never mind. Now he's going to have to hold the blue. As I was saying, though, the last time we ran this World Cup, I don't think that the motion glider technique was really as developed as it is now. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we're going to... Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to see it unless he pulls triple shrooms conveniently. I'm not sure if he'll gain anything, but right now...
Until we watch Team Japan, they're going to whip that out of every race, so...
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of teams would like to. It's just Dugo's holding this blue for Nicola and giving him the win, and that's what you got to do.
Definitely, and we'll be watching Nicola to make sure nothing goes wrong at the end of this race, but
it's going to be a tight timing, but he's going to make it.
Yeah, well executed.
And here we go. Here we go. Just for fun. Can he pass?
Absolutely,
he's absolutely going to pass everybody.
And we saw that right at the right time. The motion glider coming in clutch and a dominant race from Italy. Oh boy, we see some separation now. And I mean, Dugo, honestly, on the front line of all this, he's putting in clutch play after clutch play for this team.
I mean, how do you efficiently hold a blue? That's how. Pick up 7th.
And I mean, honestly, that motion glider technique on Mario Kart Stadium, I mean, even just the glider technique, he didn't even use it first lap and it still came into play. I mean, that separates, the experienced drivers from the unexperienced drivers, because I'm not sure what happened at the end there, but it seemed like he had a clear advantage over, 3 or 4 Colombia members at the end, and that's going to give him a couple points for the scoreboard.
Yeah, pretty critical blow to Colombia there. I mean,
definitely
didn't have the opportunity to get the blue, no shock, and Italy doing a good job to maintain their spots up front.
And it just hasn't felt like Colombia's been in control at any point. I mean, Hyrule Circuit ended up being a pretty good race for them. Babu was running most of the race.
Yeah, but
they were in control of Hyrule, and things just imploded just a little bit. A top 4 there would have been absolutely crucial. But I mean,
great teams find a way to negate any advantage that you feel like you have.
Absolutely. And we got a 60-point deficit here for Colombia. Italy holding strong, and they've got a really good track to run this. This is definitely like the running track.
Number 1.
Yeah,
number one, I would say.
Why do you think that is?
Well, if you look at this track, there's a lot of boost ramps. Coins are there's a set of 4 coins really early on. That's just going to give whoever starts in first a massive, overwhelming advantage. And not a lot of shortcuts except at the end of the track. So, again, you're going to get into these scenarios where people are just gone. You have, I guess, some shelter for whoever's in first if the people in second and third hang on, and you can't really shroom up anywhere early.
True. I mean, if we were talking about Hyrule
there
Circuit
was
being
a bit of a lead change
track,
there, though.
Yeah, this track just absolute. I mean, the pack is so close, and you've got to be on your toes with this one because I mean, the pack is probably within 5 seconds of one another, and I mean, we're gonna see who can break through here.
I mean, we've seen a lot of good stuff from Dugo.
At all.
We've seen a lot. Yeah, looking at the pack, I would agree with you there. We've seen a lot of good stuff from Dugo at this point, but missing the double back there. Babu's in second right now. It doesn't seem like there's any friction going on up there. So this could very well be top spots under control. I don't know who's in first at the moment, but it doesn't seem like there's anything
Blue
going
is
on.
coming out, though, so that's going to be revealed to us very quick. And it was Italy.
Wait, maybe it is Italy in first, because Dugo got the...
Dugo got
Did he steal his teammate's horn and then horn it anyway? I'll do it myself.
Absolutely legendary. We are watching Steph Curry at play here, folks.
Well, unless it's awkwardly a top two and then it was just a misplay, but we'll see. I mean,
it seems like there's been a little friction. I think there's a bit of a battle going up there in top two, and Italy might be winning this one. If that was a misplay by Dugo, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, Babu absolutely running. We've got Dugo here. He's going to be waiting for his teammate, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty good race for Italy.
This better be Italy in first.
Our suspicions are confirmed.
It's not Dugo. Oh no!
And that's a tough misplay for Dugo. I wonder what
he stole their horn. He stole their horn,
and then
did it himself.
So he got his own horn, horned the blue, and then stole the horn from first.
Yes, I think he got a little bit greedy there. Colombia had the top three, and he may have felt a little bit of pressure to break it. In the process, he did take out the guy in third place, but helped in turn help the top two.
I would say that's a pretty big win for Colombia. Colombia able to turn around Wario Stadium on Italy's head like that. So
you gotta take what you can get. Yeah.
And you're definitely hoping they pick Ribbon Road here. Ah, yes, my local Ribbon Road expert. What is your review on this track? What's the Rook view right now?
I love it, and a lot of the guys in Italy may have been skeptics at some point, but I believe that we have helped them gain a little bit of love for it. At least Dugo, I know. So
change of heart, it appears.
Yeah. Now, I think what makes Ribbon interesting is that MK8's a game that's very, very much well, maybe not as much as the 8U Wii U game, but it's a game where your spot matters at the beginning of races, relatively to most of the MK games. You don't pull Goldens first set in this game. You don't pull Bill's first set in this game. So a track like Ribbon's is unique in the sense that you can really pick it for anything you need. There's a cut early, there's a cut late, there's a shock spot, but you can still run it. And very, it's a track where a lot of different approaches work, and I know that Dugo and us in HD, we like to pick it if we aren't really feeling the backing track.
Right, and I think when you found your track that as a team you can cling on to so well, you know how to drive it, you know how to execute on it, that makes for a really good pocket pick, because a lot of people probably see Ribbon Road and they're not expecting it to come out in the competitive format. But
yeah, I mean, at least for me, definitely changed, but take a look now. They have the top three, they're running right now, and
absolutely,
I imagine they have some people in the back, as every team that's in this situation is definitely going to be. And that's a great pull right there.
Is Blaze the Donkey Kong? Because
I can't imagine Blaze would ever use Donkey Kong. I believe he's third. That may be an Italy shock. That got a lot of them on the gap, and does not. There's no dodgers and a horn to boot also. So
Dugo is just graced by the Mario Kart gods right now. He is putting in play after play. I mean, he's going to be able to take down a blue shell here.
And unless the horn gets stolen,
shock available.
The ghost horns it also. Oh, no way.
Pain.
The ghost coming.
Pain.
It's okay, the guy in third will horn it now. Playing it safe on the cut.
It appears to be a pretty good race here for Dugo. He's kind of running away with it, and that bomb could be absolutely deadly.
He may drop unless they have everything up here already.
Why not?
We probably have top 4 on lockdown for Italy anyway.
Respect.
Blue, I think, is being held.
Italy demonstrating elite gameplay on that track. That was well played.
And that right there is why you pick it. That's why you pick it right there.
That is a kick to the gut.
Yeah, I mean,
Italy has had an answer for every play Colombia has made, and that's what makes them such an impressive team. Jesus.
If you think about it, they didn't have top spots, but they ran that track.
Yeah.
It was all the pressure was on Colombia from the beginning to break it up. And, any seasoned MK team is going to be completely ready and going into dodges when you're over the glider. There's a lot of fun strategies you can do. You can even abuse one of the respawns on the glider if you want, and try to predict a shock if you know they have it. But in this scenario, it was just Italy who ended up pulling it because despite running, they also covered all their bases and got it and used it before Colombia could do anything.
Definitely. And I'm interested to see those little nuances, like abusing respawns to dodge shocks and blues. And I mean, we saw motion gliders. We're gonna see. Yeah. I hope we see a banana blue dodge
as the cup goes on.
Those are super fun, and I think this like niche little area of gameplay that's developed since we last watched the World Cup is gonna be pretty hype. And I think these players are ready to answer to anything.
Yeah, definitely a lot of more advanced strategies coming out since last time, so it'll be exciting to, especially in the later stages of the tournament, to get to experience them.
Definitely.
For the first time on the largest stage, if you will.
Absolutely. I mean, Dugo looking to be on the run here. We're going to see some of Dugo's driving ability after we saw his ways with manipulating the item roulette.
Oh, good banana.
That's it for Dugo.
I don't know if that was Babu, but he's found a way to put some heat on Dugo, which is what you want to do. It's just Italy has many ways that they can beat you.
Right. I mean, there's only 6 players on every team, so if you find opportunities to put all the pressure you can on, arguably the top player on the team, then that could be a factor in the late stages of the match. Dugo's already in 11s now.
Some teams will willingly unravel if you can get their best player off their game. I'm not certain that would be a big issue with Italy. I know that one thing that Dugo has mentioned in the whole process is just, he was a former MKWC player. He wasn't always the biggest fan of MKA, but these days,
right,
the tide has changed. It's his favorite game. Well, at least at the moment. And he's locked in and focused on MK8 this year. And despite all the different backgrounds, he's really excited to maybe surprise some people with this roster, because he thinks that despite all of them being from different backgrounds, that they fit together very well and are very coordinated.
True, and I mean, a team that has scrimmed as much as Italy has is going to be really exciting to watch down the stretch. And we're first going to need to see how this match unfolds, because it's not over. It is race 7.
And this is scary for Colombia getting back into the race. Yeah. They have the top spots right now, but Dugo has a ton of dodge items, and there's multiple places where he could potentially TS. So we're going to have to watch out for the star here, because this could be another heartbreaker if Italy did manage to pull it. But I think you... Wait... Okay, there's a star coming out. Can he go for the bomb snipe here? He's gonna try. Not gonna get it. Short.
And I mean, another
that may be a top 3-6. Wait, did he get that back? He may have.
Oh, wow!
No, I don't think he did. That's a top 3, 5, 8, 10.
Running that entire race. Goodness, I was so laser focused on Dugo that race that I didn't even realize that the top of the pack was just gone with that. And I mean
they
another
took
answer
blue
for Colombia
as well.
Yeah, these teams are definitely trading blows. He
may have gotten his teammate there at the end. Unfortunately, getting a little bit greedy. I understand it. You don't want to allow the big race to happen, but as a result, even bigger margin for Colombia that race.
If Colombia can get a back-to-back, just gut punch here, then they can get right back into it. Piranha Plant Slide likely coming out because they've got their inward player, Alejo.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been paying attention to the rankings. I don't know what point total he's at, but I mean, he seems to be putting in work, So
we're at the halfway point now, or a little bit past the halfway point, my bad. And there was a 72-point gap. Pretty hefty, but that got rid of 1/3 of the deficit.
Yeah, we're down to 48 points.
So,
and I mean, honestly,
there's 5 races left, but if you can continue to push this momentum, if you can continue it, then there's a chance.
Right,
there's a chance.
I definitely think Italy, this narrative has been continuing through this match, but Italy, being the experienced team they are, they seem to have an answer for almost everything. And I mean, we'll see if an inward, a Biddy Buggy, and a... What is that? Mr. Scooty are going to be able to hold on to top spots here on TikTok Clock. I mean, this track...
Dugo's pulled some reds, but I think this second one should be getting blocked just fine. And this is a really good spot, I imagine, for Colombia. They have their
Oh,
best
definitely.
players up front right now. I don't know if the third player survived. We'll see, though.
Blaze and Dugo, a formidable pair behind them, though. They
Yeah,
can probably make a...
Oh, no, Dugo. A little bit too late to
Dang.
turn on smart steering. I did see a Waluigi spin out up front, so maybe Blaze is causing some noise. This is his favorite track, I believe. So
we see Babu and what probably could be Blaze up there in second, very close in the top
it may still be a
spots.
top two. You can't. We aren't certain,
yeah.
but Babu has been grabbing the front
Definitely.
a lot more these last few races, and that's what they're going to need to be able to hold on to this.
Babu is just running this one, and I mean, oh, he did get taken out of first though, so that might
And maybe
be,
it was Blaze.
I think Blaze might have held up the shop there, and that could be dire for
no,
Colombia
Dugo.
here. They've got a lot of players back here, and I mean,
Is that shock? I think that's a shock. I can't see it completely, but I
Who's
believe
up
that Italy's holding shock in 9th place right now, and they have 2 stars. Colombia's in something right now, so we're likely going to see it when they get out. Maybe they change.
yeah, they're
soonish.
coordinating
There
this
it is.
one.
This could be a killer for
big.
Colombia. Have to make sure he avoids Marcus up here, but Babu is in the back now. They're billing up. I feel
boy.
like this
I
could
don't
be a
even know
top
who's in-
5.
I don't even know who's in first right now. Yeah, I think this might be all Italy here, and this
I
might
think
be-
Blaze has it on lockdown, so we'll see. And the 6th
Oh,
member,
yeah.
I think, is right behind, too.
This might be a dagger, ladies and gentlemen.
This could be a dagger right here. We'll have to see. The Blues coming in. Maybe it was held. Going for the back.
All
He does
Colombia
land a hit on the
behind
line.
Italy.
I think this is a top 5.
That's
And
a
it
top
is.
5 and a 9. Oh, Nicola was so close. Man.
Okay, he may have been
And-
holding the blue there.
Yeah, another
tell.
answer from Italy. That is insane.
So
They
really good stuff on Blaze that
dissected.
race.
Yeah.
Colombia had the early top 2, and that's exactly like they had some of their strongest players up there. But
Right,
At
and
the
we
end of
saw
the day-
Dugo and Blaze behind Colombia's top 2, and we were ready for them to make some plays. Dugo kind of took a dive off the edge of the track, but Blaze after that point just put in work. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's an MVP play right there, because that expands the lead to at least 80 now. And
Mhm.
with 3 races left, that's going to need at least 3 top 4s, top 5s. You know, you're not talking
Yeah.
about barely winning races at this point. You're talking about like responding.
yeah, for sure. And again, I would pretty much reiterate that this race coming up here, first one at GP3, may be the last realistic chance for Colombia to really stake a claim at potentially winning this match. They really need
Right.
to. If they want to get back into this, they have to act now, and
Well-
it can't just be a +4.
It's even harder considering Italy's mindset now. I mean, they're up 80, with 4 races left, you said?
Yes.
I mean, the game plan here is
Roughly
honestly
80.
just damage control. If you can slightly win every race, and especially in the last 2 races, if it's like you're talking mathematical impossibility, like you just got to get one guy in the top 6, if it
Yeah.
ends up being like needing a top 6. So Italy comfortably in the driver's seat right now. And I mean, they have had an answer for everything, like we've been saying. So, we'll see how they control this last Grand Prix of the match. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Now, again, if you're Colombia, it may be a little... Okay, dude goes back and getting disrupted there. If you're Colombia, losing by 40, a little bit better than losing by 80. So
Right.
take what you can get at this point, because it could come into use at the tiebreaker. I believe that Team Nordic's in this group and could also be a threat to make it out of the play-in. We'll
And
see.
so, are point differentials, is that the key to tiebreakers in the
Well-
play-in stages right now?
It should be head-to-head, but
Right.
if that happens, see another shock coming in, but this may have been a
Yeah.
prediction because Babu is dodging into first right here. So,
And I mean, yeah, might as well get an early shock in.
conflicting shock, but if you're taking over first, I want to think that it may have been Colombia's. Nicole's back here also, as well as Marcus and Dugo, so they're going to have to watch out and make sure they don't hit each other, but
I mean,
a lot of
3
people in the
Italy
back.
members in
I
8,
really
9, 10.
I really doubt that Colombia's bottom 2, but they could be.
Who is the Donkey Kong? If we figured that out, I
It's
have not-
Colombia. Italy's
Okay.
all Waluigi.
Yeah, so this seems like a pretty.
This is a
mixed
1-3
bag.
at
No
worst.
Babu's in first, though.
I mean, it could be a
Yeah.
top 3.
Colombia's gonna need more.
Yeah,
though.
Colombia's
And I
going
mean,
for a second shock right now also, just to try that kind of wacky first set at times,
well,
you
and
get
I
Yoshi
think,
Valley,
I think
it's a little bit
Italy's
weird.
ready for it. Italy's ready.
Finally
for
have Diego Stream up here. I think that they're 2 through 4. There's a bomb out.
3, 4, yeah. Oh, Blaze gets taken out first. Oh, that could be a top 3 at least. Oh,
and Nicolas waltzing into 4th, but is there more Colombia members up there?
Oh,
Duty in 6, top 3 6.
Let's see
maybe
what
10th.
Okay.
All right, it's something. It's something.
That's something. Don't turn off your TVs yet, folks, because I mean, Colombia has responded with a pretty big winning race. What's that, like 20? Or am I overestimating? Because they
probably
did
a little bit of an overestimate with 10-12. I think it's going to be close to 14, if not exactly.
Right.
Which, at the very least, keeps you in the match, I want to say.
True, yeah. I mean, with three races left, we'll see if they can replicate that. Colombia has just not been able to replicate success in this match.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting, like, any sort of losing race there, I think it's probably safe to call it curtains. But the plus 14 at the very least keeps it in the realm of possibility. So, 68-point margin now. Got to average about 23, 24 a race.
Well, and if Colombia can get, like, you know, the top 3s, the 2 through 5s that they've gotten in this match, but follow it up with, you know, more front presence, I mean, they're not going to be barely winning these races. So, I mean, if they can pull something together here, a big race would put this match right back into
you never know. You never know. A top 4, I think, is really the bar for what they're going to need if they're really still legitimately thinking about winning this. But again, that's going to be harder on a track like Animal Crossing. It can happen, but shock is definitely a factor here. With the glider, the balloon set, you can't really get items unless you take the glider, so don't worry.
Oh yeah,
so it's cool.
Alejo's
gameplay, not Diego, my bad. The inward biker we have right here. He's going to be streaming into first, get a little bit of a unique perspective.
Oh, and Mans gets absolutely
destroyed. I believe that's Gecko getting him out with the, I think Greek letters. I don't remember for certain. Actually, no, I don't think it's that.
For a game where we've really, like, I guess, established a meta in terms of kart combination, bike combination, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using an inward drifting bike? Because, I mean, Mario Kart 8U was, I mean, we knew why that was an awful spot for him.
Yeah, good for him to get rid of it. Yeah, 8D is probably the best balanced game when it comes to karts and bikes. You don't have fire hopping, you don't have wheelies on top of really good inside drift.
Right.
So you got some advantages to doing this. Now, I want to stray back to the match for 1 second. We have Dugo holding the blue in last. This is great for him. This is great for him. Like, Colombia was pretty much everything in the middle here, which is pretty much the exact opposite the thing that you want at this point, because Italy's just gone now in the top, and I don't think that there's anything to suggest that that's going to change. Blue's out now. This should be a top 3. This should be the end of the match, even if they get into 3-4 here, regardless.
This mathematically should be curtains here, yeah, because, I mean, this will put it above 80.
Mathematically, maybe? We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Let's look at these.
I think it is, because this is looking like a bottom 3. So, I think that Italy is going to be taking the W for this match. Maybe a little bit early, but it is almost all but a guarantee. So,
well, and I mean, Italy, we know why Italy's here. Italy is here to make a statement, and I mean,
they're here to win. They want to make top 8.
Yeah,
they want to make top 8. They want to steal a game in top 8.
Right, and I think, I mean, as you said earlier, possibly feeling slighted or possibly feeling like we should be a part of that. You know, what is it, the top 8? Like, okay, yeah, I mean, Italy with a dominant win here, and I mean, the weaknesses I saw to Italy, not many. I mean, they did slip up and kind of let a couple races, you know, fall behind them, and I mean, they definitely could have, you know, built up their momentum. But I mean, I think Italy's figuring it out right now, and this team is
that's officially going to be game as the score comes in. Have a margin of 88, I think. So, congratulations to Team Italy on winning their first match. Colombia, obviously, a few more games to go. Definitely can come back, because remember, if you're Colombia right now, this was the top seeded team in the play-in. Like, all of it, not just your group. So, This is a tough one, but you got to focus and rebound and focus on trying to pull out a second place in the group so you can continue moving on.
And what's do we know what's next on Colombia's schedule right now? Because I mean, you said they have Finland or Nordic to play.
Nordic at some
playing?
point, but I'm not certain which match is exactly next. But I'll take a look.
Okay, I mean,
Colombia and Ecuador, I guess we're being told, is the next match for them, which is tonight. I don't believe it's going to be on stream, but it will be happening. So you'll probably see Diego, Alejo, somebody streaming from there.
definitely. And I mean, we will get those linked, and we will. I mean,
They will be
Endgame
favorited
TV
in that
on
match
Twitter.
too.
Endgame TV on Twitter will be posting most of the results, I'm assuming, if not all of them. So we'll be able to see how Colombia fares. And
Yeah, I saw some of them earlier. There was a tie already. No, I don't think anybody was expecting that, but there was a tie already. And it was between a team that I think Wales that a lot of people did not expect to be tying a team of Austria's level, because I think Austria was one of the top 16 teams. So they were number one in their group. Most likely.
Sorry.
Yeah, Austria.
Let me take a look at that.
Very similar country names.
Definitely. Hey, we haven't messed up the Dugo Diego thing yet.
I told you it was going to be fun. I told you.
We're on a roll.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, so Colombia definitely, you know, not the start they would have wanted to play in, but yes, they were playing the #1 seed. So I mean, learning opportunities from this match. Do you think they have any like, you know, lessons they've got to move forward in the play-in? Because I mean,
oh, I would say absolutely. I think Italy got a lot more out of their shocks than Colombia did.
And
I can't recall a race where Colombia just absolutely stole a race, but there were multiple early where Dugo was just able to squeeze into the front, holding a star pretty much undetected.
Well,
and that was the difference on races like Dry, or even... Hold on, which one am I thinking of?
MVP early in this match, I do think it's Dugo, because I mean, he was a big part of creating that separation early, and I mean, Italy has been just cruising.
This is a top 2 for Colombia, so
yeah,
good on Babu and Diego to go in.
And I mean, Babu
having a match.
MVPing the room, putting in points. My pick earlier was for Dugo to, I mean, pull away individually in terms of points, but Babu has been, I mean, Babu's going to be key.
Yeah,
I'm learning
this hasn't even been like a dodging indiv point. Also, like he's been up there, and there was one race where he lost 10 spots at the line as well. So he's been up there for them.
That was
nearly every race.
Cricket,
Nearly every race. It feels like we've seen the Roy up front. He did dodge on Yoshi Valley, but you know that in a sense that's almost justice for what happened to him on Hyrule.
Absolute justice for my boy.
Again, they're gonna have to make better use of the shocks that they do get if they get them, because it seemed like it was a rough match for them in that regard. And also make sure that they have multiple people up in the front that are going to be able to give Babu support and stuff, because a lot of times you see on TikTok clock, like Diego was up there, Blaze was able to pick one off, and then he was alone. And think about this game that differs from MKWC. It's very much based on surrounding teammates. Your first place advantage, like, while there are less blues in this game, when the other team has 2 through 5, you will get redded. Like it is just a fact that is going to happen. And
numbers advantage is a huge
it's not that you were unlucky when that happens either. It's just, your teammates are not giving you a wall of support right now, and it's just stated disadvantage.
I mean, Italy, I think that's, you know, where all of this practice is in all these scrims. I mean, Dugo is an excellent leader of a team that definitely wants to make a move in this World Cup.
Yeah, and
I mean,
he has experience, too, doing this in the past. You know, everybody remembers Battle Alliance, etc. Italy, even on Mario Kart Wii.
Legend. Yeah, and so, I mean, when you're playing this much, you start to develop strategies and chemistry with your teammates. I mean, in my experience, playing Mario Kart is one of the biggest things, because when you know what your teammates want to do, and you're communicating it right, like, you can win big matches. And I mean, I think that in Italy could, you know, propel them into some upsets later in this tournament.
Yeah, Blue is coming out. We'll have to see how impactful it really is. See a DK also just really far in the back, really going Aftershock. Want to at least try to pull something big here, maybe catch Italy sleeping a little, just running as a victory lap or something, and turn the tides. All right, we may see a little bit of fun shenanigans on the glider coming up, similar to MKS.
That motion glider come into play, baby.
Will be motion. Nope. I'm just going to do it ordinarily with the shrooms. And this top 3 is just out, and Babu's in a star, and you have to wonder if the shock is actually coming.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it either right now. DK's still stopping. And again, shock's a great tool. You have to be ready to play around it at all times. But when you're relying on it, it will come back to bite you.
Definitely, especially because the shock really isn't a guarantee in this game, and that's what makes backing super risky.
Yeah, because 65 is still an advantage that you're going to have to deal with. Could be a shock of the glider. There it comes in. Finally pulled it from DK, but it may...
Ooh, Alejo
maybe a little bit
clutch
too late. Okay, that perspective's a little bit ahead, but yeah, we'll see how the bill actually transpired.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if they passed anybody.
Nah.
Oh, actually, no, Babu may have been in a ghost. So
oh my god, did he pull out first again?
Just appeared. Well,
wait,
it's a great victory for Dugo. He's got, wait, Blaze? Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Regardless, Blaze getting first at the end there. Dugo, or Babu pulling up the top score of the room, but Dugo not caring as his team is going to be pulling the W here. A really good opening showing for Team Italy.
Dude, Dugo and Blaze are such a good 1-2 punch. I mean, 100 or 215 points combined between those two. I mean, a solid score distribution for them. They finished 2, 3, 4.
Now, I think when it comes to Italy's team distribution, I would say that individually, or like when it comes to like the talent stuff, Blaze is definitely one of their best players. The concern comes in the communication factor. He is a dual citizen, but he lives in the U.S., so his communication isn't always like as fluent as it is with the rest of the lineup. And the scary part about Team Italy is that they looked very good today, and they were missing a lot of key players. Kiko comes to mind, Lorenzo, and Ricky as well.
Wow.
So we didn't see them today, and we will probably see them in the future. So watch out for Team Italy, everybody. Certainly wanting to put everybody on notice, and maybe they'll make some noise in the group stage next week, assuming that they can fend off the rest of their group like they did today.
Definitely. So yeah, a very good showing from Italy. Our opening weekend first match for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, streamed at least, went, it was pretty exciting. We saw some pretty good highlights, a little bit of pandemonium through the start, but we do have a final score coming in. What is our final? 535 Italy, 449. It appears. I think we're estimating that. Yeah, we got that.
And as for Colombia, they will be playing tonight against Ecuador. But if that's too late for you, and also if you want to cast, they will be returning to the in-game TV stream tomorrow at 3 Eastern, 9 CEST. So you'll get to see them against Ireland, a match that I think we're projecting to be pretty close, I want to think. And again, to close out their group, I imagine they still have to play Team Nordic, and I think it's just a 5-team group. So we'll see. So stream schedule has popped up on stream. You can check out all of these matches. Colombia and Ireland, as we see, 3 o'clock tomorrow. And that'll be it for them. But another match that, another match that's going to be important for them, the Nordic one. And that's kind of like the one that you're going to want to focus on if like they're wanting to get out of this group. Since they lost today, the Ireland match is really a must-win. Ecuador, I think, is a must-win. I believe that's definitely in the realm of possibility. If they're able to take care of business there, Nordic's a big one.
I mean, absolutely. You've got Nordic and Italy in that group, and I mean, I think every match is a must-win. Not to be cliche, but I definitely think it's going to be a pretty tight finish.
When you have to get top 2, of course.
Right. So yeah, I think that's all we got. We definitely learned a bit from that match, and I mean, we've got a busy weekend for Mario Kart coming up here, so there's going to be plenty of content. Stay tuned.
MK8 matches tonight, actually, but the next one is going to be Ecuador and Australia. Actually, no, my bad. That is tomorrow. The next one is going to be an MKWC match at 7 p.m. And that will be between Scotland, and I'm actually getting confused with this tag, weirdly. I've seen it.
My boy Luso?
Can they hear you on stream right now, Eirik? Can you make yourself visible so you can say that for me?
Okay, I will go ahead and say it. Howdy.
All right, Eirik's on the stream.
Hi. That is Scotland versus the Lusophone Alliance. I never heard of it before until the 2021 Mario Kart World Cup. But it's Brazil and Portugal playing together, so
yeah, you learn a lot with these World Cups for sure.
yeah.
I mean,
A
we
lot
got
of
a
teams
team
that
with
you don't think that any of these teams were possible, and then they just show up one day and they're like, "We're ready." And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's see it.
It's actually kind of
that's-
insane.
That's our first team with a mascot, it looks like, in the Lucifer Lions. I may have misheard it, but I mean, we got mascots on board. We got
Yo, official mascots for 2022.
definitely.
I don't know. Maybe that's a new possibility.
But yeah, so yeah, an exciting slate coming up. Make sure you guys stay tuned. If you're not following Endgame TV on
With
Twitch,
that-
make sure you slap that button. And
We're going to be
we'll-
going to break as well. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you again in 1 hour.